Hey, what's up, y'all? Come on in. I was trying to find my song. I couldn't even. Oh, here you go, right here. Hold on, let me play this.
This the
I see
NCB.
shit a
I
lot
got a
of people on
frequent
in
leak like
tonight.
Pablo Pete. 980 and DO4 is where the Charlotte leaks. 252 for the Greenville. Hat on blue for the Tar Heels. I can edge them on this paradox. Like crack foes, like the locks. We knock bolts and the knots. Now I know when he talks. How I can't even announce my parents' script to reach the doc. Cause when this ball point to close, my mental travel hellish spots. Like astro projection. Cannot conjoint the two of us if there is no connection. But you can close section. The NCB, the NCB. The NCB, the NCB, whoa, whoa.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, I love you, Mr. Jackson. For real, I do.
I almost got away. If it wasn't for that goddamn Gerald Jackson and the NCB mob, I almost got away. Got to be more careful.
We ain't finna start with that mute junk today. Hold on, test the 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Is this mic loud and clear? Turn me up in the bite. Turn me up in the bite. Please, somebody turn me up in the bite. What's up, everybody? Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Let me tell y'all, I'm not even gonna be up here long tonight because I've already dropped the story. And let me put this up here because I was like, I'm not even gonna wait to go live at 8:45. I said, let me go ahead and go live now so I can say what I got to say because tonight I have filed a lawsuit against the Pet Warehouse in Jacksonville, North Carolina. If you don't remember, I'm about to tell you in a few minutes. And let me, why you biting my, bruh, bruh. Hold on, y'all. Let me put this graphic up here. Make sure you share the live, tag somebody, let them know where you're watching from on tonight. I want to put this up here. Blue, you biting my wrist now. You're biting my wrist. You're biting my wrist. Hey, what's up, Fighting Crime? So I want to show y'all this right here. I filed my lawsuit tonight at 6:55 p.m. So the clerk of court will accept the filing on Monday or Tuesday because I think they have to take it's a day. But I filed the lawsuit tonight at 12, excuse me, not 12:55, at 6:55. And I told y'all I was going to sue them because I mean, you sold me a sick dog and then you got online and accused me of trying to extort your business. And I am a consumer. I am a legitimate consumer. And, you know, even with the complaints that I filed with the BBB and the DOJ, like she even said that she offered me the dog back for a full refund. And I'm like, girl, when did you say that? Like, why is you lying? So I filed the lawsuit tonight, and I also received today, while I was working on my lawsuit still with my attorney from the Animal Welfare Division, that they found the Pet Warehouse in violation, okay, for my complaint that I filed against them. So let me just tell y'all what happened again, okay? And then I'm gonna read the complaint in the report, and then I'm gonna get off of here because you know I'm taking Ms. Wyman to court, and she can tell all of her lies under oath, and she can prove to the court or however she want to tell her lawyers, whoever's gonna represent her, when they ask her how did he extort you, and you're gonna be like, well, and they're gonna be like, he's a consumer, like you done made a mess, and now you're gonna have to tell those lies under oath, okay? Tell them. Tell them lies under oath now. And the only reason I did not sue Katie and Audrey individually is because they work for the Pet Warehouse. So Wyman and Pet Warehouse is responsible for their actions. So let me tell y'all, I wanted, my birthday is November the 2nd, so I wanted a dog, you know, and animal shelters didn't really have the dog that I wanted. So I'm just out in Jacksonville, just about my business, and I see this store, the Pet Warehouse. Never been in here, you know, lived in Jacksonville for a long time. Never went in there, never seen anything about it, never had a story about them or anything. So I was like, let me go up here and look. You know, I went in there, you know, and I ain't gonna put the other stuff up here because we're saving it for court. But I went in there and I saw this 4-month-old Frenchie with Merle tan markings, and he flew. And he was up for sale for $4,500 if you financed him through their finance, whoever they were, LendingTree, whoever they were with. But it's $3,800 if you would have paid for him in the store. So because they told me that, he was neutered, the owner wanted him gone, he was dewormed, people really weren't buying him because he was neutered, or you can't breed him. So I grabbed him and I was able to negotiate the price down to $3,000. And I didn't know he had worms until, me following their policy, going to the vet, and he has, worms. And they were supposed to disclose this to me and tell me about it, and they didn't. So when I saw the legal resolution, like my Banfield, I paid $140 to start my plan with Banfield, and like it's $69 something a month annually, $800 and something dollars. Like I'm only asking like $4,000 back, because you probably would not have gotten $3,000 had you told me the dog had worms. But I was never given that opportunity to make that decision as a consumer. And so, this lady, Cheryl Wyman, I mean, she was very combative, very argumentative, very disrespectful. She lied on me. She got online. She called the police on me after I told her that I was going to quote the law on my blog. That's all I said. And she deemed me saying I was going to quote the law on my blog as a threat. And she directed her staff to call 911 on me. Okay, now the 911 call is misrepresenting what she told the officers on scene, because the call came in as a disturbance, but she told the officer on scene that I was trying to blackmail and extort her. And so 2 witnesses were there. They waited for the police. I don't know who they are or whatever. I was live. And I want to let y'all know the video is not up anymore, because Facebook has this new thing that every 30 days, like they delete your videos after 30 days. But we do have it, and I will release all of the stuff back up at some point. And I left, I went live after she threatened to call the police on me. Y'all, I was mad. I couldn't talk right. My lips was white. I was just like, I cannot believe I just spent my money here and I'm getting the police called on me. And she's doing this because I live in Onslow County, and because these people know me, because, oh, he done been to jail, he has a past. But I encourage you, go pull up the real facts. Go find out the real facts, and then go look up the law and apply it. Like, matter of fact, go Google Weller versus Jackson. I made case law in North Carolina. But they always try to use my past against me. You know what I'm saying? When I have a story and they want to bribe me, but I don't want their bribe, I want a statement. They go look me up, and then they'll get online once the story hit. Oh, he tried to extort me. When? So you just went up there and saw that story and read it, that lawyer said what he said, and you automatically assumed that I tried to extort you too. Come on, I'm a journalist. Just because I reach out to you does not mean I'm trying to extort you. And the calls are recorded. So at the end of the day, I'm not worried about that. Okay, but it's the fact that I'm a consumer with a consumer complaint. Even if you dispute something with your bank, they're going to ask you, did you go and speak to the merchant? Did y'all get a resolution? That's what I was, a consumer with a consumer dispute under North Carolina law. And I come in peace, but later that night, they put me on their Facebook page and accused me of extorting them. And they also put me on their website and flashed and accused me of extorting them, and also summoned the public to help them stop me. So I did put the lawsuit documents up on the website, and I forgot to get the signed copy from my lawyer before I got off the phone with him. So I ain't gonna bother him no more, because he's been working. But I'm gonna pull up the lawsuit, and I want to read it to you all tonight. So, and then I want to read to you guys the new violation that was just given to these people by the state. Okay, so y'all say what's up to Blue. Say what's up. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey, Gerald. I mean, say hey, V-Mom. Say I'm Blue. Say, he turned the mic off. Say I'm Blue that everybody talking about. Okay, let me see what y'all. They said she tried to do her big one. Eva, always exaggerating the truth. Child, wrong as it could be. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so let me go up here. What's going on, bro? You good? You good, bro? Hold on. Okay. Okay. Can y'all still hear me? Okay, let me zoom this in. Okay, I hope y'all can see this. Let me make it bigger. Let me make it bigger. Big blue, not the little. Okay. Y'all, I hope y'all can see this. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit more. But it looked like it's gonna be too big. Okay, let me just. I hope y'all can see this. Let me look at where my phone at. Can y'all see this good? Let me know. Somebody tell me in the comments if y'all can see this real good. Let me see. Hold on. Let me look at where my phone at. Okay. All right. Okay. The plaintiff, Gerald Dwayne Jackson Jr., at all relevant times herein was a resident and citizen of Jacksonville, Onslow County, North Carolina. Line 2, the defendant, Cheryl L. Wyman, upon information and belief, is a resident and citizen of Jacksonville, North Carolina, Onslow County, North Carolina. Defendant Wyman, during all relevant times herein, was the president, owner of the bit. They said no. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, y'all. Well, zoom it in. Turn it sideways or something. Put it on your TV. Owner of the business entity known as the Pet Warehouse Incorporated Pet Warehouse, and as president, owner, directed, approved, ratified, or participated in the acts alleged herein. The Pet Warehouse was incorporated under the laws of the state of North Carolina in 1992 and is presently headquartered in Onslow County, North Carolina. The Pet Warehouse claims to be, quote, Onslow County's only full-line pet store. Although not named the defendant, Audrey Gabby Payette, upon information and belief, is a resident and citizen of Jacksonville, Onslow County, North Carolina. Ms. P. at all relevant times herein was an authorized agent serving as the store manager of the Pet Warehouse and participated in the transactions and occurrences at the issue in this matter. Although not a named defendant, Katie Seals, Ms. Seals, upon information and belief, is a resident and citizen of Jacksonville, Onslow County, North Carolina. Ms. Seals at all relevant times herein was an authorized agent serving as a sales representative for the business entity known as the Pet Warehouse, located at 1250 D Western Boulevard, Jacksonville, North Carolina. Ms. Seals, serving in her capacity as a sales representative for the Pet Warehouse, participated in the transactions and occurrences at issue in this matter. The defendant, Pet Warehouse Incorporated, was incorporated in 1992 and organized under the laws of North Carolina, and with due authorization is licensed to sell animals, including dogs, cat, birds, small animals, fish, reptiles, and pet-related supplies. Jurisdiction is proper pursuant. Okay, that's just the venue and all that stuff. All right, factual allegations. On Saturday, October 18, 2025, Mr. Jackson entered the Pet Warehouse in hopes of purchasing a dog as a pet companion. While pouring over the Pet Warehouse's substantial inventory of dogs of various breeds, Mr. Jackson decided to buy a 4-month-old French Bulldog with blue merle and tan markings. After selecting the 4-month-old French Bulldog, later named Blue, by Mr. Jackson, Pet Warehouse employees Katie Seals, sales representative, and Audrey Gabby Payette, who I kept calling Morgan, I was confusing her with the bird, approached Mr. Jackson and, following some haggling over the puppy's price, informed Mr. Jackson the puppy cost $4,500 if financed and only $3,800 if he paid cash. However, Mr. Jackson ultimately paid $3,000 cash for puppy Blue because, according to the defendant, Seals and Payette, the puppy Blue had been at the Pet Warehouse for too long, and the owner, defendant Wyman, wanted him gone. According to store records, Pet Warehouse brought the puppy Blue from the breeder on September the 2nd, 2025, which was slightly over a month before Mr. Jackson purchased him. Before the purchase, stop Blue, defendants provided a store warranty requiring plaintiff to obtain veterinary exam within 72 hours and limiting remedies to the store credit or replacement, and B, a medical treatment disclosure. Can y'all see it? Hold on. I'm right here on line 10, okay? A medical treatment disclosure signed by Katie is asserting the puppy Blue had been treated for an upper respiratory infection, neutered, vaccinated, and importantly, dewormed. However, defendants failed to provide a veterinary health certificate or an up-to-date fecal test evidence in compliance with the parasitic protocol within within 21 days of sale. And they failed to disclose any active or recent intestinal parasitic infection, most disturbing the veterinarian division of the North Carolina Animal Department of Agriculture and Consumer Service. And we will be amending this to update with the new complaint, the new violation they got. Cited the Pet Warehouse for 1, failing to maintain proper veterinarian records, including descriptions and reason for medications administered, and 2, failing to provide medical records for proper veterinarian examinations, consultations, consultations on June 27, 2025. Within 72 hours of purchase and in compliance with the Pet Warehouse's warranty, on October 21st, 2025, Mr. Jackson brought Blue to Banfield Pet Hospital for his initial examination. As part of Blue's examination, Banfield conducted a fecal examination, which shows Blue was infected with hookworms. Consequently, Banfield administered a parvovirus vaccine and prescribed Parental Pomoate, y'all, these words, and additional medication with a follow-up visit required. Hookworms are intestinal parasites that can cause severe illness and even death if left untreated, especially in puppies. Immediately following the positive fecal test, Mr. Jackson telephoned the Pet Warehouse and spoke with store manager Gabby regarding the test results. She stated that their only fecal examination was from September, over 1 month earlier, and that it came back negative. Gabby offered to reimburse Mr. Jackson's medication costs, and after consulting with the store owner, Cheryl Wyman offered either a partial reimbursement as a vet bill, approximately $140.30, or the return of Blue. Given Mr. Jackson's attachment to Blue, returning Blue to the Pet Warehouse was not a viable option, and considering the defendant's deliberate omissions, spotty veterinarian record keeping, and lack of transparency regarding Blue's medical history, Mr. Jackson believed the offer of a partial reimbursement of the vet bill was inadequate to address any potential health issues linked to Blue's present hookworms infection. Mr. Jackson informed the defendants that he was coming to the Pet Warehouse to discuss the matter further. When Mr. Jackson arrived at the Pet Warehouse to discuss the resolution, he was accosted by defendant Wyman, who refused to discuss the situation and became combative with Mr. Jackson when he told her they violated the law by selling him a dog without disclosing the hookworm infection. Instead of discussing Blue's health, defendant Wyman summoned law enforcement to the store and accused Mr. Jackson of attempting to extort money from her. After improperly summoning law enforcement and making a false police report, defendant Wyman published statements on the Pet Warehouse social media and website accusing Mr. Jackson of being a criminal and attempted to extort the business because he requested a return of a portion of the purchase price to cover the cost of any current or future expenses linked to treating Blue's hookworms or any associated illnesses. The responding law enforcement officer informed Mr. Jackson that he had not committed a crime. However, defendant Wyman banned him from Pet Warehouse. The defendant's sale of a puppy actively infected with hookworms without a clear written disclosure of the condition and without immediate veterinarian care assurances, coupled with statements by the defendants that the puppy was healthy and fully dewormed, violated North Carolina's Animal Welfare Act, including provisions covering humane care, veterinarian oversight, and sale and disclosure requirement applicable to pet dealers, pet shops, and constitutes competent evidence of unfair or deceptive acts or practices in or affecting commerce. The defendant's store credit only limitation and attempt to curtail statutory and UCC remedies are unconscionable and ineffective at waiving statutory protections or the implied warranties of merchantability and fitness unless properly and conspicuously disclaimed, which in this case they were not. Defendant Wyman's post-sale published social media statements on the Pet Warehouse's website accusing Mr. Jackson of criminal conduct and extortion was false, published to third parties, presented Mr. Jackson in a false light, and subjected Mr. Jackson to ridicule and harm within his trade, profession, and community. Claims of relief. Count 1, unfair deceptive trade practices. The plaintiff incorporates by references hereto paragraph 1 through 16 of this complaint as fully set forth below in this count 1. The defendants engaged in unfair and deceptive trade practices in or affecting commerce by A, misrepresenting the health and veterinary treatment history of Blue, omitting and deliberately withholding known material facts regarding Blue's hookworm infestation in the absence of a current negative fecal test or veterinarian certification clearing Blue of the parasite protocol at the point of sale, selling an animal carrying a communicable parasitic condition. Oh God, y'all, I'm reading too fast. I'm getting tongue-tied. Without providing the clear written disclosure and immediate veterinarian care assurances intended by the Animal Welfare Act and governing rules. D, presenting a quote store credit only warranty purporting to restrict statutory and UCC remedies. And E, intentionally publishing false statements on the Pet Warehouse's public website accusing Mr. Jackson of criminal extortion when he sought to negotiate a lawful resolution to the matter. Whether we on 19, y'all. Whether conduct violates 75-1.1 is a question of law. Regulatory violations may be evidence of such violation. Y'all got the case law right here. Further, false representations regarding a product's condition at the time of sale constitutes EDTPA violations. Okay. Finally, bad faith or specific intent to deceive is not required. The focus is on the effect of the consuming public. 20. The defendant's acts proximately caused Mr. Jackson actual injury, including out-of-pocket veterinarian costs and deductibles, loss in value of the animal as represented versus as delivered, consequential costs, time and inconvenience, and reputational harm from deliberate publication of knowingly false, defamatory, and disparaging statements in the public domain due to the defendant's willful violation of the Animal Welfare Act and refusal to resolve the health and welfare issues associated with the defendant's failure to treat or disclose Blue's parasitic infection before or at the point of sale. Mr. Jackson is entitled to treble damages and attorney fees under North Carolina General Statute. Count 2, fraud. Yo, this is a big one right here, baby. They was writing stuff down saying they gave him medication, y'all, that they didn't even give him medication. Well, I was telling y'all this, and the state found them doing this, okay? Count 2, fraud. The plaintiff incorporates by reference here to paragraphs 1 through 21 of this complaint is fully set forth below in this count 2. The defendants made false representation of material fact that the puppy was healthy, fully dewormed, and ready for a new home, and concealed material facts, absence of an up-to-date negative fecal test, exam, risk of hookworm infection, prior limiting testing from September only, with the intent that the plaintiff rely on them in purchasing the puppy at a premium price. The defendants presented Mr. Jackson with a handwritten document purportedly memorializing Blue's veterinary history signed by Katie. Katie assured Mr. Jackson that the handwritten form was accurate and had received prior approval by the Veterinarian Division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services. This is the same violation for poor veterinarian record keeping that the Veterinarian Division cited a pet warehouse for a mere 60 days earlier. Mr. Jackson reasonably relied upon defendants' representations and omissions in purchasing the puppy Blue and suffered damages as a proximate result. These facts state a claim for fraud under North Carolina law. Count 3, breach of express warranty. The plaintiff incorporates by reference here to paragraphs 1 through 25 of this complaint, fully set for, y'all hear that, the defendants made affirmation of fact and provided descriptions regarding the puppy's health and parasitic protocol status deworm that became part of the basis of the bargain, including written medical treatment disclosure statements. The puppy failed to conform to these affirmations of fact because he tested positive for hookworms within 72 hours of sale, necessitated immediate and follow-up treatments. Plaintiff suffered damages recoverable under, y'all see the statute right there. Okay. Count 4. The plaintiff incorporates breach of implied warranty of merchantability. The plaintiff incorporates by reference here to paragraphs 1 through 29. Okay, I'm gonna just go to 31. We're on 31. The defendants, as a merchant of companion animals, sold goods that were not fit for the ordinary purpose for which such goods are used. A companion puppy reasonably free from active parasitic infestation at delivery. I don't think I'm saying that word right, Emma. Or were rendered unmerchantable by failing to provide adequate disclosures or warnings of potential health risk to humans and canines associated with exposure to the condition, possibility of puppy's death if left untreated, or failure to provide necessary care. The defendant's attempted disclaimer was not conspicuous and did not specifically mention merchantability, and limitations of remedies under these circumstances are considered unconscionable. Okay. Count 5, defamation. The plaintiff incorporates by reference here to paragraphs 1 through 32 of this complaint as fully set forth below in this count. After Mr. Jackson sought redress, defendants published statements on the Pet Warehouse's social media and website identifying him as a criminal seeking to extort money from them. As the publisher and editor of the well-known news blog, the North Carolina Beat, the defendants' published statements were both false and highly damaging to Mr. Jackson's reputation and credibility of his publication. The defendants published their defamatory statements about and concerning Mr. Jackson on the world's largest media platform, the World Wide Web, Google, Bing, Safari, etc., and anyone with a computer was able to assess defendants' false and disparaging statements. The defendants intentionally impeached Mr. Jackson's integrity among fellow news bloggers as a journalist and accused him of infamous criminal conduct constituting libel per se. Furthermore, the defendant refused to remove the defamatory statements from the Pet Warehouse's website after Mr. Jackson brought the potential illegality of their publicly published comments on their attention. Okay, and then I'm asking for injunctive and declaratory relief. Okay. All right. I'm asking the court to order that they cease selling all animals without complying with the Animal Welfare Act and rules, including written disclosure of any known or suspected infectious or parasitic condition and provisions for immediate veterinarian care post-sale consistent with law. House animals in a safe sanitary conditions with adequate spacing between crates, daily exercise, daily crates cleaning, adequate nutrition, including water, proper ventilation, proper veterinary oversight of all animals, maintenance of all veterinarian records, and compliance with the veterinarian division of the North Carolina Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, and availability for inspection said records upon the request of the veterinary division or potential purchaser. Refrain from publishing any statements that the plaintiff engaged in criminal conduct related to this dispute, and remove all prior defamatory or disparaging posts. Plaintiff seeks a declaration that defendant's store credit only warranty and 72-hour limitation are unforeseeable. And I'm asking the court to deem this warranty, because this is not right that y'all can sell somebody a sick dog and they get to bring the dog back and only get a store credit. No. And then it's like you're limiting us to just shop with you. Refrain from, okay, so plaintiff seeks a declaration that defendant's store credit only warranty and 72-hour limitation are unforeseeable to the extent they purport to waive statutory rights provided to the consumers under Chapter 75, blah, blah, blah. I'm requesting a jury demand. The plaintiff demands a trial by jury on all issues triable. Therefore, Mr. Jackson praised this court, and my lawyer signed it and filed it. I just didn't get that copy from him yet. But again, this is the lawsuit that I have filed against the Pet Warehouse in Jacksonville, North Carolina. And again, like I said, I filed it today at 6:55, and it will, because it is the weekend, it will be accepted Monday. The clerk of court will get it Monday. So you will be able to go on eCourts by searching the Pet Warehouse or my name, and you will be able to follow the case. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Blue is over here trying to bite my desk, y'all. I'm talking about he is going in. Okay, Blue. Okay. And so that was the lawsuit, right? So I filed that today. Now we was gonna file this today anyway. I did not know that the veterinarian division was going to also be concluding their investigation. So you remember I told y'all that I had filed a complaint with the DOJ, the BBB, and I also filed a complaint with the North Carolina Department of Agriculture Consumer Services. And today they sent me a email back, a follow-up on my complaint, and they told me that they found the Pet Warehouse in violation of the law, which is what she was trying to shut me up about. I have no reason to go into a business and lie. I have no reason to accuse you of something that's not true. And after my investigation, you were violating the law, and I tried to seek a lawful and legal resolution. And so let me pull this up. Okay. Let me take myself down again. Hold on, baby. Let me take myself down. Okay. Can y'all see this? Okay. December the 5th is when I got it, okay? Dear Mr. Jack. Okay, y'all don't need to see that. Hold on. What happened to the other part? Okay, hold on. That's the wrong one, y'all. Hold on, y'all. That's the wrong one. Let me get this off. Hold on, y'all. Where did it go? Okay, hold on. Okay. Y'all, I'm burning up. Okay, let me see. Okay. Yeah, I got him some Chew toys. They just in the other room. This the same one. Why I keep showing this one? Oh, here you go right here. Why I keep showing that? Okay. Okay. This the right one right here. Okay. So can y'all see this? Okay. I'm gonna try to zoom in. Okay, let me just zoom out. Okay, so it's dated December the 4th. It was sent to Cheryl Wyman. Notice of civil penalty and notice of warning. Dear Ms. Wyman, pursuant to North Carolina General Statute, y'all see the law, I'm issuing this notice that you, the owner of the Pet Warehouse Incorporated, y'all can't see this. Y'all can't see this. are hereby assessed the civil penalty of $400 as provided in the enclosed notice of the violation. Hold on, y'all can't wait. I mean, I don't know. Let me see. I don't know how to blow it up no more. I thought y'all should be able to see this one. Okay, let me see. Okay, what about now? Where my phone at? Hold on. Hold on. They told me they can't blue. They said they can't see that. Can y'all see this now? Oh, wait. Let me blow it up. Hold on. Wait. They talk about drill now. You know. Wait, hold on. Wait. It do look small. Hold on. I just blew it up some more. Hold on. Wait. It's finna blow up. Hold on. I'm looking at it on my side over here. Hold on. Okay. I think y'all should be able to see that. Okay. If you can, I'm gonna blow it up some more. Okay. Okay. It's addressed to Cheryl Wyman. All right. Dear Miss Wyman, pursuant to North Carolina General Statute, I am issuing this notice that you, as the owner of the Pet Warehouse Incorporated, are hereby assessed a civil penalty of $400 as provided in the enclosed notice of the violation. With regard to the civil penalty, blah, blah, blah. Let's get down to the facts, okay? State of North Carolina, County of Onslow, in the matter of Cheryl Wyman, owner of the Pet Warehouse, at all times pertinent to this matter, the Pet Warehouse Incorporated, owned and operated by Cheryl Wyman, was a pet shop licensed under pursuant to North Carolina General Statute. On October 23rd, AWS received the complaint alleging that the pet shop sold an animal with hookworms and did not provide complete documentation. Based on this information, AWS opened an investigation. The investigation centered on possible violations of the North Carolina Animal Welfare Act, as these statutes and associated regulations are the extent of the jurisdiction. On October 28, 2025, AWS veterinary program specialist Tolley conducted a site visit at the pet shop as part of the investigation. The following information was obtained from the site visit. In violation of, y'all read the code, the pet shop records for the puppy named Blue did not contain the required information for the administration of a dewormer administered on September the 2nd, 2025, or the administration information for the medication that was to have been administered on the mornings of September the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th. And y'all remember that fecal test that they gave me? They didn't even put all these other vaccinations and medications that they hand wrote down in the little sheet that they give you before you buy it all. Like, where's that stuff at? Like, you know. B, in violation of North Carolina NCAC, y'all said the pet shop record for Blue showed that a medication was administered to the puppy on October 3rd, 2025, but no medication was prescribed to have been given on that day. The pet shop owner stated that the staff may have documented the administration in the incorrect animal's record. You see what I'm saying? Like, they write, according to B, they found the pet shop record for Blue showed that a medication was administered to the puppy on October the 3rd, but no medication was prescribed. So they just writing in, oh, we gave them medication on this date and didn't even give the dog nothing. You see what I'm saying? C, in violation, the pet shop did not provide adequate veterinarian care in a timely manner to Blue after parasites were notified in his feces on September the 29th, 2025, and again on October the 2nd and 3rd, 2025. Now, this new information they got from their investigation, okay? No veterinarian care, all these dates and stuff was hidden from me. No veterinarian care was provided for this puppy for this medical condition after this condition was observed. To the extent that the findings of facts contain conclusions of law, or that conclusions of law or findings of fact, they should be so considered without regard to the given labels. Based on the findings of the AWS investigation, AWS found that the pet shop violated the following provisions: failure to maintain documentation for the veterinarian care provided to Blue on September 2nd, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, as noted on October 28th. Okay. 6, for failure to maintain accurate records for Blue, as noted on October 28th, and for failure to provide adequate veterinarian care in a timely manner for Blue, as noted on October 28th, 2025. These violations can result in the suspension, revocation, or refusal to renew a license for any pet shop and the assessment of a civil penalty up to $5,000. Civil penalties as required. In determining the amount of civil penalty, I have considered the degree and extent of harm caused by the violation listed above. $200 for violation for failure to maintain documentation of the veterinarian care provided to Blue on September the 2nd, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, as noted on October 28th, and $200 for failure to provide with veterinarian care in a timely manner for Blue, as noted. $400 total amount assessed. Notice of warning as to the remaining violations of 02 NCA C52J.0101 says this warning serves as a written notice indicating in which respects the pet shop may have violated the Animal Welfare Act and the rules issued pursuant to. Continue or future violations of these statutes or regulations will be considered a willful disregard or violation of the North Carolina Animal Welfare Act and rules issues pursuant to thereto. Such a willful disregard or violation may result in action against your facility's license pursuant to, y'all know the law, or a civil penalty up to $5,000. It's dated December the 4th by Patricia Norris, Director, Animal Welfare Section, and it was CC'd, I'm sure. Oh, I guess. Okay. But anyways, yeah. So the Animal Welfare Act. Oh my gosh, what happened? Oh, I was about to say. So the Animal Welfare Act has found them in violation of the report that I made about my baby Blue. This is my boy right here. Say what up, Blue. Say what up. This is my boy. And, you know, I'm just not going to, and let me just say this. I'm putting this out here for everybody to know. All that slandering me, all that using my past to lie, like, if you're going to talk about them articles, be factual. Don't get up here and say, oh, Gerald reached out about me about a story. He about to expose me. And I'm going to just get up here and say he tried to extort me to lie, to try to open up an investigation or what. I don't know what you're trying to do. But I'm telling you right now, if you get online from tonight forward, I have let this shit go for years and I have not taken legal action. I just paid it dust and I paid it dust. But it seems like that's the only thing y'all have. And so from this day forward, anybody, I don't give a fuck if you the news outlet, you the mayor, the sheriff, stubby toe, anybody, if you get online and you post defamatory statements about me, I already have it hard as it is as a black man, and as a black man with some bullshit that people don't even want to look up the facts about what I really been through in Onslow County. Look, go pull the fucking records and look up the real shit. I'm not no fucking criminal. These people don't like that I talk about them, so they go to the police. Oh, he Cyrus stalked me. They can't do it no more. I got case law. Weller versus Jackson. Go beat her ass blind. Court of Appeals ruled with me that I can talk about you. Long as I'm not sending it to you, testing it to you, I have not met the elements of cyber stalking. I'm a journalist, whether you want to believe it or not. My actions constitutes journalism, okay? And it meets what the law talks about, freedom of the press, okay? But at the end of the day, I'm not going to argue with you no more online. I'm done, Beat Mob. You won't see me doing it no more. Stubby Toe, she get up there posting them lies, and she going to get some paperwork, just like Miss Wyman is about to get served next week. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to argue with you online. I'm calling my lawyer. I'm sending all of the evidence, and I'm telling him I want to file a lawsuit against you, and you're going to tell it in court. You're not going to use your platform. Because see, when I come at y'all with stuff, I come with facts and stuff that I can prove in the court of law in case I get sued. I don't have to put all the evidence up here. I got it in case I get sued. Then you'll get it. Yeah. So at the end of the day, don't lie on me. Do not lie on me. I don't call nobody, ask nobody for nothing. Even with that lawyer, go pull up who was representing me on those cyber stalking cases and who offered to represent me for free on those cyber stalking cases because they got caught up with the same shit they was talking about. I tried to extort them from. No, you offered me money. I didn't take it. And you used the fact that you knew Onslow didn't like me to go down there and tell them that I tried to take it, because you even told the police and the investigators in the complaint that you didn't think you had enough for extortion. They even said an attorney at least swooped in. And it's like, no, I'm not dealing with it no more. I'm going to sue the police department. Everybody going to get sued. So at the end of the day, leave me alone. I'm doing my job. You don't have to like what I say, but I have a constitutional right. Donald Trump say the worst shit about people. Don't come up here telling me nothing about me. I was doing what Donald Trump doing now. If he the president, he could talk shit, call people stupid and Miss Piggy. I'm gonna roast you down to the ground. You should not hold that against me. That's my constitutional right. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna tolerate this business defaming me and trying to discredit my work and stuff over a consumer dispute. No, you called the police on me. I'm going to document this. And that's what I did when I got on Facebook. So I guess I don't know where she get this extortion from, but see,